Paddington and Peru. This is the latest film in the Paddington series, and I will tell you, I am sort of a newcomer when it comes to the Paddington series. I've watched the first one a long time ago, and then it took me a long time to catch up, but now we are here with the third one where Paddington goes to Peru to find out what happened to his Aunt Lucy. So I will just stop it right there when it comes to the plot, because I think this is a movie that you really just have to watch and get into. So if you're a fan of Paddington, you're going to be a fan of this one. I'm just going to start off by saying that. You have Olivia Colman and Antonio Banderas joining the group here. And I will tell you, I saw this movie in a packed theater at an early screening, and this is a movie that is going to have everybody just happy. It was just one of those movies that just feels like a warm hug, honestly. And that's the best way I can put it from beginning, honestly. Ben Whishaw is back here as Paddington. And I really do love just how much this franchise is able to really captivate you from the beginning all the way up until the very end. And it is just filled with so many great moments that just are pure, honestly. It's filled with so much comedy, so many tender moments. There are just a lot of lessons here, honestly. And it's just one of those that you come out thinking differently as well. And I know I didn't expect Paddington and Peru to really captivate me so much, but it really does focus on the importance of family, of one finding their own identities and their roots and really coming to terms with who they are and accepting that as well. Far what I thought Paddington and Peru would be, but if you've seen the Paddington movies and really think about them, you know that they really dig a little bit deeper. But no, nonetheless, the performances here are great as well from all the newcomers and all the old characters from the previous films. It's still very funny, the dynamics they have with one another. This is a movie that is so lighthearted still that you will just have a great time with it. It's a very fast-paced movie as well in a good way, because things just start happening as soon as it begins, and it really doesn't stop, and it just leads you into this wild chase that just feels so whimsical, and at the same time some dangers still lie there as well. So it doesn't just feel like a fluffy movie at its core. It's still a movie that's about trying to be the best that you can be and sort of being there for one another. Overall, I had a great time with Paddington and Peru. If you were a fan of the previous two films, you're gonna love this. If you have not watched any Paddington movies, I would suggest you watch them. They're a pretty good time, and you can definitely go through them pretty quickly if you're looking for something that feels almost like a sort of like lighthearted kids movie, but some pretty good lessons about life and just a feel-good movie. This is definitely the series that you want. The Paddington Bear is always getting into some trouble, but the way that they come out of it and are able to fix the situations while you watch the Paddington movies, and Paddington Peru continues to do that. So definitely one of those movies I recommend watching. Antonio Banderas was really great in here as well, and Olivia Colman. They play these characters that are very nuanced, and they have so many layers to them, and you're seeing as the movie progresses and the layers kind of peel back, if you will, and they play these characters so well. It was so entertaining to watch these two in these roles that you generally don't really see them much in, especially nowadays. They are not really in movies where they're able to really express themselves, and I love when actors come into these family movies or into these like more lighthearted movies and are able to kind of have fun with themselves and the premise and the subjects and all of that, and really see a side of them that you're not used to seeing. Because Antonio Banderas, I'm really used to seeing him in really serious stuff, besides of course Puss in Boots, and Olivia Colman as well. But here you see them play these characters that kind of feel very far-fetched and almost like a cartoony vibe to it, which is also like cool to see. And it was just very fun to see both of them really dive deep into these characters that were very wacky at their core. And that's just what the Paddington universe is. Of course, there is a post-credit scene, I will tell you that, and we can talk about it in another video. Spoilers over there. So if you do go see Paddington in Peru, once those credits roll, and there is an after credits, which I think is worth sticking around because it was just a very funny one and lighthearted one to get into. I didn't have much problems with the movie in itself. I think it had great pacing. I think all of the characters here are very funny, and everybody has their time to shine. There's some characters are kind of just pushed into the background for the most part, but it's just a thing, I guess, when it comes to a movie about a talking bear, is the talking bear, of course, is going to be the one that takes the spotlight. So some characters do kind of get pushed, and you're just like, well, I didn't really see the need to have these characters throughout. But still, it's a fun movie. It's a great movie to watch with the family, or if you're just looking for something whimsical and just pure and happy, Paddington in Peru is that movie for you. So yeah, let me know if you are a fan of the Paddington series, if you're going to be watching Paddington in Peru in the comments down below. It is definitely one of those movies that I would love to watch again, especially with my family and things like that, to really just brighten the mood and just a lot of laughs. I don't know. I think this one had the most laughs from all the Paddington movies, in my opinion. There are some very great moments that come to mind right now, especially with the dad of the family. I think he is super hilarious in this, and I'm excited to see what comes next. I don't know if there's a Paddington 4 on the way. I don't know if I read that right, but if there is, I will be ready. I will be seated. But let me know what you think about Paddington in Peru in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the movie, if you didn't, and if you are going to be excited if Paddington 4 is on the way. But make sure you check out all our other videos. We got some more reviews on some movies that are coming out this month if you want to go check that out. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 40,000 subscribers. We cover TV shows, movies, all the stuff you love in pop culture. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.